Hi there, I'm Petar and this is PetarSmiljana Qigong. This video is about wood element. Wood element is the only element found in the nature that is really alive. Others are seemingly dead or seemingly abstract. It is this element that has the most of the life force. Hence it fits fire element, which is represented by heart, a place where the emperor lives, or what heart personifies. But before the fire can burn, wood must grow, and we know that big trees make great fire. Regenerative capability of wood. Wood element is, because of its properties, very regenerative element. If you only think of a liver as the organ that represents wood element in the body and its capability to regenerate and regrow, you might get an idea of what I am thinking. Moodiness of wood element. It is an amazing element that can wake you up in the middle of the night when you should be in the deepest sleep, in the regeneration phase within theta waves. But it wakes you up and it doesn't let you go back to sleep. It usually happens somewhere between 1 and 3 a.m. and this situation indicates that there is some problem with either of the organs associated with wood element, with liver or with gallbladder. What we do then, or at least we used to do, now we are much wiser. We went and sat down and watched TV or a movie on a computer or a similar device. But what would be appropriate to do in this situation is some breathing meditation or some relaxation like sung breathing. When I used to have such problems on few occasions, what helped me was breathing through Yongquan points or kidney 1 on the soles of the feet. This led the fire energy out and away from my kidneys, my heart, and eventually from liver, and this led me to sleep in no more than 15 minutes, but usually less. I also had my attention on lower dantian while I was breathing through Yongquans. Holding attention on lower dantian is really simple. You just put your hands on your lower abdomen and breathe by using your lower abdominal muscles. With abdominal breathing and attention on lower dantian, you also relax your vagus nerve, and this automatically balances your autonomic nervous system and relaxes you. Wood needs space to grow and express itself. It is the element that is intimately connected with space. It needs space and lots of it. It needs it to feel infinity and openness, but not before it has grown enough. Otherwise, it might get scared and stop developing. This is one of the most courageous elements, and that is why usually the animal that represents this element is dragon, which is limitless, airy, flying, and sometimes it is also represented with tiger, which is sinewy, tenacious, impulsive. Growing force of the wood element. Remember the plant that comes from seed when it starts to grow. Did you happen to see pictures of plants lifting up concrete and asphalt on the streets while they were popping up and growing from underneath? Well, this is the strength and the impulse of the wood element. Wood is also the grass that you will walk over and it will bend today, but tomorrow when you are back, it will be back in standing position. And by the way, it is not European dragon, which is mean and ugly and angry. This is Chinese dragon, which is happy and playful. It represents joy in its purest and innocent form. It sometimes reminds me of our baby Jesus, but This is only my observation, with all due respect. Wood's color is green. Sound that helps wood is sh sound. It should be done silently, like I did it. Sinews, tendons and fingernails are the tissues associated with wood element. Liver opens into the eyes. That is why late watching of TV or even reading under certain types of artificial light, and the newest are the most harmful, can be harmful for this element. Two things that benefit your wood element. Very beneficial for wood is a walk in the real forest, not just some city park, but the real one. A tonic that I found really beneficial for a liver, which is easy to find, prepare, and is overall eatable, with the side effects of becoming healthier than ever, is dandelion. You can use a whole plant leaves for eating, and when they're too hard to eat them raw, you can cook them and eat them with rice or potatoes. Roots are dried and eaten as raw powder or prepared as a tea. Flowers can be soaked in honey or sugar and made into a syrup. Stems of flowers have this white milk that can be put on warts and they dry up. And the dandelion clock you can blow and make a wish. I know I said the dragon was happy, but the truth is that when we get angry, we become those angry, bad dragons with fire bursting out of our mouths. And we hurt not only those around us, but also ourselves on the inside. We hurt our liver and with strong outbursts also our hearts. It was measured that all of this anger that we hold or express can be seen as scars on the organs, as micro scars that we once made by our own doing and being. So now we know it's nobody's fault but our own. But there is a cure for this: positive emotion of patience and some inner work on our inner mind clearance. With this process is beneficial to do Qigong and meditation, but also some reading of philosophical texts, such as Tao Te Ching, might help. Other negative emotions are rage and aggressiveness, and some other positive emotions are kindness, fantasy, determination, and openness. Climate that hurts wood element is wind. Time of the year when this element is the strongest is springtime. It is the time when everything bursts of life and starts to bloom and grow. The vocal expression of this element is shouting, so being loud. This is it for today. May the Chi be with you. Bye.